Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's Android News. We're kicking things off with some exciting news from 9 to 5 Google. Google is finally going global with its physical retail presence. After keeping Google stores exclusively in the United States, the tech giant is opening its first international location in Tokyo this summer. This is a pretty huge milestone for Google's retail ambitions. According to the reporting, this expansion comes after Google recently surpassed Samsung to become the #2 smartphone brand in Japan. It's a strategic move that makes a lot of sense, giving Japanese consumers a dedicated space to experience Pixel devices and other Google hardware firsthand. The Tokyo store will be Google's first real foothold in the retail world outside of North America, and you can bet this won't be the last international location we see. Now, let's talk about one of the most anticipated foldables of the year. Android Authority is reporting on Samsung's upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 8, and this thing looks nothing like the foldable we've come to know. Based on leaked dummy units spotted in the wild, Samsung appears to be widening the overall design, which could make this the cutest foldable we've seen yet. Real-world testing seems to be well underway, which means we're getting closer to an official reveal. The wider form factor could address one of the biggest criticisms of previous Fold models, that cramped inner screen. This redesign shows Samsung is really listening to feedback, even if it means breaking from the familiar Z Fold aesthetic. Meanwhile, over at Android Authority, they're also noting that Samsung is finally saying goodbye to the Galaxy Note design with the Z Fold 8. Some fans might hate it, but there's something to be said for design consistency across the flagship lineup. Whether you love it or hate it, this Z Fold 8 is shaping up to be a game changer. Alright, here's a story that just keeps getting stranger. According to Android Authority and Android Police, Google's Pixel Watch 5 just had the most unusual leak in tech history. A scuba diver found what appears to be a working Pixel Watch 5 underwater. Yes, you heard that right, sitting at the bottom of the ocean. Despite being submerged and clearly going through an ordeal, the device apparently still functions, which speaks volumes about the durability Google has engineered into this thing. We don't have tons of details about the final specs yet, but this underwater discovery at least confirms that the watch is real and probably tougher than your average wearable. It's definitely the weirdest product leak we've seen in 2026, and honestly, it's the kind of story that makes you appreciate good engineering. Google hasn't officially announced the Pixel Watch 5 yet, but between this ocean discovery and the rumor mill, we're expecting it to hit shelves pretty soon. Moving on to foldables that are actually available right now, let's talk about the Motorola Razr Ultra 2026. Android Authority published a really honest review where the writer went in expecting to hate it, but couldn't. Look, premium smartphones are expensive, and the Razr Ultra is definitely up there in price. But here's the thing, being expensive doesn't make it any less lovely. The design is absolutely stunning, the build quality is impeccable, and when you hold it in your hand, you understand why Motorola's asking for what they're asking. There's something timeless about the Razr namesake that resonates, and Motorola has captured that magic while adding modern features that actually make sense. If you're considering a high-end foldable and you want something that feels premium and looks incredible, the Razr Ultra deserves your attention, even with that price tag. Now let's shift gears and talk about processors, because NVIDIA just unveiled something that could change everything. According to Android Authority and XDA developers, NVIDIA's new RTX Spark chip is taking the fight directly to Apple's M-series and Qualcomm's offerings. NVIDIA is making some bold claims. They're saying you'll never open an app the same way again once you experience what this chip can do. The RTX Spark is a super chip designed for performance, and Microsoft has already committed to putting it in the Surface Laptop Ultra. XDA Developers is reporting that this chip has been optimized specifically for Windows 11 and developer workloads, which means creators and power users are going to see real benefits. This isn't just a marginal upgrade. NVIDIA is positioning this as a genuine revolution in portable computing power. With Microsoft backing it and the performance metrics looking serious, the ARM-based computing landscape just got a whole lot more competitive. Big news for smart home fans. According to 9 to 5 Google and Android Authority, Google's new home speaker might finally arrive this month. We're talking about the first smart speaker Google built from the ground up with Gemini in mind. It's been a long wait since Google first teased this at Made by Google 2025 last August. but we could be just days away from actually being able to buy it. One retailer has already listed a June 25th release date, which would make this a reality very soon. This speaker is designed to showcase what Gemini AI can do in a smart home environment. So expect conversational AI, better contextual understanding, and smarter automation than what we've seen before. If you've been waiting for Google to finally ship a premium speaker that integrates their latest AI capabilities, your patience might be about to pay off. Let's talk about something that affects your daily Android experience: widgets. Android Authority recently published an analysis of 5 features that Android widgets still desperately need, even after Google's big redesign. The widget ecosystem has come a long way, but there's still work to be done. According to the reporting, widgets are evolving, but they haven't reached their full potential yet. Google has made improvements, but power users and regular folks alike are still missing some critical functionality that would make widgets truly indispensable. We're talking about better interactivity, more granular customization options, improved reliability, and features that would make widgets feel less like an afterthought and more like a core part of the Android experience. It's encouraging that Android Authority is highlighting what's still missing, because it puts pressure on Google to keep iterating and improving the widget system. Finally, let's wrap up with something truly special that Android police discovered. One writer asked Gemini to summarize their entire digital life, and the results were unexpectedly beautiful. They didn't expect Gemini to create what ended up being the best year-in review they've ever seen. Google hasn't officially announced a year-in review feature, but this accidental discovery shows what's possible when AI gets thoughtful access to your personal data. Gemini somehow managed to capture the essence of an entire year of digital activity in a meaningful, emotional way. It's the kind of experience that makes you think differently about what AI assistants can do beyond just answering questions. If Google ever releases this as an official feature, and frankly, they should, it could become a beloved annual tradition. That's what we're looking at here. AI that's not just functional, but genuinely meaningful.